Hello everyone, this is my fire DPS build, so let's jump straight into it. In the secondary category we have the Spitfire, which has a small chance to proc fire on each shot, and also has a burning effect on its mod, turning it into a flamethrower. Next we have the Chicago Typewriter with the weapon mod Wildfire Shot. Wildfire Shot will actually put 2 burning effects on the enemy if they stay within the little pool that is on the ground when you shoot them with it and you hit them with a direct hit. The Smolder is the melee weapon we're going for, and this is only going to be used for heavy attacks. Regular attacks are completely useless. The heavy attack is what we want, 100% chance of applying a huge burning effect. Next, we're using the Bandit's Armor. The Bandit's Armor, specifically with the Chicago Typewriter, is fantastic, gives you extra ammunition in your clip. Then we have Storm Amulet in the necklace to increase all elemental damage from our fire dots, Stone of Balance for just flat 10% damage increase, and Braided Thorns for additional critical chance. Alright, now I'd like to talk about a variation on this build, which is using the newly changed and I think buffed Akari armor. So this is going to be a melee fire build, so it's going to be focused on melee. So we're going to change the armor from Bandit to the Akari set, and we're going to change the rings up quite a bit. We're going to put on Razor Stone, which gives our melee critical hits a bleeding effect, and we're also going to put on as a ring, there's some variants here. Heartseeker is good, increases crit chance by, or crit damage rather, by 15%, so that's pretty good. Alternatively, and I like this one a bit better, you can use Root Circlet, which increases your attack speed by 15%. And that, coupled with Akari, is just incredible. That's 20% increased melee speed from Akari and 30% increase from Root Circlet and from the trait Rapid Strike. So with both of those things, you are attacking incredibly quickly. This build is definitely more melee focused, but I feel like it can do some more damage. You won't be using your secondary as much, but putting yourself in melee range gives you the opportunity to use its secondary fire even more. So it has its ups and its downs. So let me go over why this is so powerful. So the new Akari Opportunist bonus is newly patched, and the patch just yesterday increases your attack speed by 20% when you perfect dodge, and also gives you 100% critical strike chance on melee attacks for 5 seconds after perfect dodging. So this is wonderful because with Razor Stone, which already was great on the Akari set melee builds, you now gain 100% crit chance, which gives your perfect dodge into heavy attack with the Flame Blade here, gives it 100% crit chance, a huge amount of attack speed. It also applies a bleed and a guaranteed burn, so it's really nice. It does a ton of damage, absolutely shreds huge units especially, and the increased attack speed from Root Circlet lets us just light attack some of the smaller units, which is fantastic. So you can see here, I am just showing you, testing out the capabilities of this build. This is without my updated traits, which I will show you in a second. Alright, so let's look at the traits for this particular build. So first I'm going to go over just the necessary traits, then I'll move into the if you have enough and or quality of life traits. So first we're going to scroll down here until we find Kingslayer. Kingslayer increases your critical hit damage, and when you perfect dodge with the Akari armor, you get 100% crit chance. So it's basically just plus 25% damage. It's really, really effective on this build. Next is going to be Executioner to increase your critical hit chance. Really good if you're just light attacking or with your primary. Next is Catalyst, giving you 20% increased proc chance. Great for when you're just quick attacking with your sword. Brings it up to 55% chance to put a burn. Next is Arcane Strike, gives you extra mod power when you're attacking with melee. Fantastic for this build. Then next is Warrior and Rapid Strike. Warrior increases your melee damage, Rapid Strike increases your melee attack speed. So that gives you an additional 50% increased attack speed with the Root Circlet and the Akari armor and that trait. Then Barkskin, because we're going to be taking a lot of damage in melee range. Mind's Eye for increased range damage, and Trigger Happy for increased ranged fire rate. Swiftness, because getting into melee range is really important, so movement speed can be very, very beneficial. Handling is going to be Gun Spread and Recoil is great for the two guns that we're using. They spray quite a bit, so controlling that is really necessary. And lastly, for the important ones, is Spirit. It gives you mod power generation. Now, a lot of the damage on this build does come from stacking various mods and burn effects. Can't do it all from melee, so getting mod power generation is important. Quick Hands for weapon reload, and then of course Vigor for health. Now, I also like to go into enemy awareness. A lot of people don't, but I just enjoy that trait. And then lots of stamina, things like World Walker, reducing stamina cost, stamina regen and delay on recovery, Elder Knowledge for just increased XP, Scavenger for increased scrap. Guardian's Blessing can be good too for those melee attacks you can't perfect dodge or when there's too many enemies. And then lastly, I'm putting my points into Mother's Blessing, ranged damage reduction. This is a pretty good spread of traits. Obviously, if you have more, you can put more in. If you have less, go for the ones that I mentioned first. You definitely want the melee damage, you want the crit damage, the crit chance, the proc chance, all those things. So if you'd like to try out this build, there is a link in the description to the exact build so you can remember. Also in the description, you will find a link to the Discord, the official Discord server for Remnant, as well as a spreadsheet that is maintained by some of the regulars who play this game, who are incredible, and they keep it up to date and everything's on there, where everything drops and all that. That's been an incredible help for me. And if you'd like to add me on Steam and jump in some Remnant co-op games, I am happy to do so. Again, my Steam code is going to be down in the description.